Welcome and thank you for joining me for this session titled Presenting with Impact, Creating Effective Poster and Podium Presentations. My name is Avery Bechtold and I'm an assistant professor at the University of Tennessee at Knoxville in the College of Nursing. This guide was developed with feedback from Drs. Jessica Thompson, Joy Coles, Spencer Carter, and the HFSA Nursing Committee as a resource for HFSA members. Today's session is designed to help you create and deliver impactful poster and podium presentations for conferences like HFSA's annual scientific meeting. Whether you're presenting a clinical project, research, or a quality improvement initiative, this guide will help you communicate your work clearly and confidently. First, we'll begin with poster presentations, followed by podium presentations. First, let's talk about posters. A poster presentation is a visual way to share your work at a conference. It typically consists of a large printed or digital board that summarizes your project, research, or clinical initiative. The goal is to make the content easy to understand at a glance using visuals like charts, graphs, and bullet points. Poster sessions are meant to be interactive. Attendees walk around, view posters, and engage in informal discussions. It's a great opportunity to network and receive feedback. So, what makes a great poster? Think of your poster as a visual abstract. It should be concise, engaging, and informative. The goal is to attract attention, communicate your key findings quickly, and invite meaningful discussion. Unlike a manuscript, a poster really should not be text-heavy. Instead, it should highlight the most important aspects of your work using visuals and brief, impactful statements. A well-structured poster includes several key components. Start with a short and specific title that's dynamic and conclusive rather than descriptive. Include your name, credentials, and institutional affiliation. Then organize your content into the sections requested by the conference. Typically, ASM requests an introduction, hypothesis, methods, results, and conclusions. Use bullet points and visuals to make each section easy to digest. If possible, include a QR code that links your full paper or contact information for follow-up. The design of your poster is critical. Use a column layout to guide the reader's eyes naturally. Your font size really matters. Your title should be at least 72 points, headings should be around 48 points, and the body of the text should be no smaller than 24. However, the conference may specify this differently, so be sure to follow their guidelines. If no poster template is provided, make sure to choose a high contrast color scheme and stick with it. Visuals like graphs and charts should be prioritized over heavy text. And don't underestimate the power of white space because it really does improve visibility. As an example, here's a poster presentation I created from a qualitative analysis. Notice how I used contrasting colors, bullet points, highlighted key points in different colored text, and emphasized the main findings and key takeaways in the middle of the poster. I also added relevant images, including acknowledging my institution at the time and the study sponsor. At the bottom, I've added my poster number and QR code so that attendees can easily identify me and my poster. Now, here's the same poster, but notice how much busier it looks when the sections are written as full sentences, the title is much longer than before, and there are limited images and no QR code. There's also no highlights in the results sections, which makes it a bit harder to know exactly what to focus on. I've heard from mentors and collaborators that if a poster looks too busy like this one, they'll simply walk past it. So just keep that in mind when you're preparing your poster. So once your poster is finalized, your job is not done. Prepare a 1 to 2 minute elevator pitch that summarizes your work. Practice explaining your poster without reading it word for word, and be ready to answer questions and engage in discussion. Consider bringing handouts or using a QR code to share additional resources or your contact information. So some common pitfalls for a poster is cramming too much text or data onto the poster. A cluttered layout or small font can really make it hard to read. Make sure your conclusions are clear and actionable, and don't forget to engage with viewers. Standing silently next to your poster won't make an impact. Some tips for success are start preparing your poster early and seek feedback from colleagues or mentors. Use any templates provided by the conference or your institution, and practice your pitch multiple times. Be sure to show up early for your actual poster session and spend the entire allotted time at the poster if possible. Try to visit other posters before or after your allotted time. That way you can spend the whole session time at your poster. As the attendees are reading and walking down the different rows, be sure to make eye contact and engage with them. And most importantly, be confident. Your work is valuable, and sharing it helps to move the field of heart failure forward. Now let's shift to another format of scientific presentations called oral or podium presentations. A podium presentation is a formal oral presentation usually delivered at professional conferences like ASM. They typically last about 8 to 10 minutes and are followed by a short Q&A session. The presenter uses slides to guide the audience through a structured narrative, introducing the topic, explaining their methods, presenting results, and discussing the implications. This format is ideal for sharing research findings, clinical innovations, or quality improvement initiatives. Success in a podium presentation depends on clear communication, effective slide design, and confident delivery. Your goal in a podium session is to really tell a compelling story about your work. Tell them what you did, why it matters, and what others can learn from it. Structure is key. If you are not provided with a structure to follow, start with a strong title and introduction that really hooks your audience. Give the background and clearly state your objectives. Walk through your methods and highlight your most important results. Conclude with key takeaways and implications for practice. Be sure to acknowledge your collaborators and include your contact information at the end. The goal is really to aim for about 1 minute per slide. Keep your slides clean and focused. Each slide should really convey just about one idea, and use visuals like charts, icons, and images to support your message. Really avoid paragraphs. Use bullet points or short phrases, and stick to a consistent font and color scheme throughout the presentation. Really, it's also key to avoid animations. Those can be distracting. Only use those if they will add some sort of value. Practice is really essential. Time yourself to make sure that you stay within the time limit that you've been given, but usually conferences will have a moderator to give you a 5 or 1 minute warning that it's time to wrap up. And you'll usually also have a clock or a timer on the podium screen to keep track of your own time. Be sure to speak clearly and confidently, and really try to use your notes or cue cards sparingly. Be sure to make eye contact with your audience and use natural gestures. What's really important too is to make sure that you have enough time at the end for Q&As, and try to practice ahead of time with colleagues who will ask you questions that the audience might actually ask you. When you're answering, try to be as succinct as possible. Some common pitfalls. Really try to avoid reading word for word. It's okay to have notes, but try to not read them the whole time. Don't overlook your slides, don't overload your slides with data or text. It should be like the poster, it should have some white space. And running over time is a really common issue, but practice can help prevent this. Don't skip that rehearsal. Even experienced speakers benefit from practicing out loud beforehand. So some final tips. Remember, practice makes perfect. Ask for feedback from your peers or mentors. Be proud of your work. Your voice and perspective are important. And encourage others to present their work too. Sharing knowledge strengthens our community and improves patient care. Just some final tips about creating your presentation. AI is actually a really powerful tool to help you in preparing presentations. It can help you with generating content, suggesting design elements, and visualizing data. AI tools can help you with refining your language and making sure that your message is clear and impactful. Additionally, AI-driven platforms can simulate audience questions and give you real-world or live feedback on your delivery, which can help you practice and improve for your presentation. AI can also be used to enhance accessibility. It can generate transcripts and translations, which help make your presentation more inclusive. So on behalf of HFSA, I thank you for listening to this session. If you would like to connect or need additional resources about poster or podium presentations, please feel free to reach out using the email address provided.